They have their teams right in the thick of it. They faced off last night. We're going to pick it up with under 4 minutes left in the first quarter. The Grizzlies trail. Morant pulls up from three. G.I. Ja gets that one to go and does his new patented celebration. Just over 8 minutes left here, DDJ. The Grizzlies still trailing. Morant does what he does, drives inside, gets the tough layup to fall. He had 18 points, 5 assists in the first half here.
Just incredible fire, scoring over Rudy Gobert. Not everybody gets to do that.
For the third quarter, that brings us to our electric moment presented by Hyundai, because the Timberwolves, they set a franchise record here. They were firing on all cylinders. Julius Randle there, and then once again, Anthony Edwards pulling up for three.
Could not miss, just offensive execution. And where's the defense, Grizzlies? Come on.
Well, it wasn't inside, because off that miss, there is Anthony Edwards. This is what he does, and the mean mug to boot. This is some of the best basketball I think we've seen Julius Randle and Ant play together here, DDJ. And we mentioned this was a franchise record for the Timberwolves here, as once again you see Anthony Edwards pull for three there. 52 points in the third. That's the most they have ever scored in a quarter. They were able to separate themselves, and A-Rod is loving it here. Edwards would end the night with a game-high 44 points. Here's Ant after the game.
See, Hans, my trainer told me to black out tonight, so I tried to do that. We be watching, like, I know people going to love this. He sent me, like, MJ videos every day about, like, blacking out. And I think MJ said something like, why would I worry about a miss if I haven't took the shot yet?
Yes, we do love when that MJ Anthony Edwards connection comes up again. He plays the game with an energy that it's really infectious. It's unmatched. He notched his 8th 40-point game this season, set yet another Timberwolves record on this journey here. The Grizzlies, they've lost 9 of their last 14 games. The Wolves, they've won 15 of their last 19. So, Perk, are either of these teams, are you feeling like they can be legitimate threats in the Western Conference?
The Grizzlies are legitimate threats of what?
What about the Timberwolves?
Now the Timberwolves, let me say this. Do I have them as a legitimate threat as a team? Absolutely not. But I will say this. Anthony Edwards is the most dangerous player in the Western Conference. Right? Like, it's a lot of better teams, I feel like, that are in the West that are, like, will beat them in a 7-game series. But would we really be surprised if come playoff time that all we're talking about is Anthony Edwards? Because he has the capability of not only winning you a game in the playoff series, but actually winning you a series by himself, because he's that damn good. He's the best two-way player in the game right now, hands down. He sets the tone defensively. He picks up 94 feet, and offensively, he just said it himself. I mean, I'm not afraid of the moment. I'm not afraid of taking shots. So when I think about Anthony Edwards and I think about what he's capable of doing and upsetting some teams, he's the most dangerous player in the Western Conference this postseason.
Yeah, Minnesota is a wild card. I'll tell you who's not a wild card. It's that Memphis Grizzlies squad. I'm sorry to say, I hate to be the bearer of bad news to the folks in Memphis. Like, their calling card has been defense, right? That has been the thing that has sustained them through the injuries. Whenever they have issues, it's the defense. Ever since since the All-Star break, essentially, they've been a middling defense in the league, and you just cannot excuse giving up 52 points in a quarter to that Minnesota Timberwolves squad. The Grizzlies have fallen off a cliff, especially with firing a coach in the middle of all this mess. And they're a play-in team at best, and they're going to be, unfortunately, a short series for whoever they face, whether that be OKC or Houston.
Not to mention they have a tough stretch down this final weekend of the regular season, because why I feel so good about the Timberwolves, when you look at the Grizzlies, they still have to play the Nuggets again. The Clippers and Warriors, they have to go through each other. When you look at the Timberwolves here, all they got to do is beat the Brooklyn Nets and beat the Utah Jazz. They're the only team that's in that jumble here that are facing 2 teams that have already been eliminated from postseason contention. As we look at the West, this is what a potential finish could look like when it comes to seeding. It's very fluid. Some of the possible scenarios are insane. I'm just going to be honest with you. We'll explain that in detail later in the show. But here is who has the inside track. As you can see, the Timberwolves, I just mentioned their schedule to avoid the play-in, and you can see the Golden State Warriors there as well. Speaking of the Warriors, they take on the Blazers tonight. That game is in Portland, then finish the season against the Clippers at home on Sunday. After that Grizzlies loss last night, the Dubs, they do control their own destiny for the 6th seed. If they win both games, they will take that spot and be out of the play-in tournament. They are, though, when you look at their average age, one of the oldest teams in the league, David. So could being in the play-in tournament make or break their chances at a deep run when you consider that maybe resting some of those veterans is important?
Absolutely. For all intents and purposes, the Warriors play-in tournament starts tonight against Portland. If they win these next 2 games, they are guaranteed a week of rest, which these guys desperately need when it comes to that fourth quarter against that Spurs team, which, again, is an inexcusable loss.
Yeah.
Those guys looked a little bit tired going against them. But the other benefit is you're a 6 seed. You're playing a Lakers team that you have a good chance of beating. I would take the Warriors over that Lakers in that first round. It would be a tough series, but I would take them. But also, you find yourself on the opposite side of the bracket of OKC. You avoid them until you get into that conference finals, and you have winnable series up until then. These are must-win games against Portland and the Clippers. This game against the Clippers at the end of this weekend, that is going to be a playoff-level, one-and-done type of game.
Essentially, Perk, 48 minutes against the Clippers, assuming they're able to get us a win against the Portland Trailblazers, and you don't want to overlook any team at this point in the season, their play-in or playoff chances could come down to just those 48 minutes.
No, it could. And I agree with everything that David just said. And Malika, can I take a moment?
It's all yours.
Flowers? Thank you, Adam Silver. The play-in tournament has been the best thing that has happened to the NBA in the last 10 years. Right? Think about it. At these moments, especially when I was playing, this was a dead period. Like, no one cared. Guys were resting. Guys were planning trips to go to Cancun. Now, all of a sudden, we're here, and we still don't know what's going to happen in the Western Conference. Now we're here, and over the last month or so, guys have been playing playoff basketball. The Warriors has been in the playoffs since they got Jimmy Butler, to be honest with you, so it's nothing new. And when I think about the Warriors and I think about how they're playing, they only can control what they can control. That's getting the win against Portland, handling their business tonight, and getting another must-win Sunday against the Clippers, which is going to be a brawl for it all. But if they get in that 6th seed, the Lakers are in trouble because the Warriors will beat them. But again, shout out to Adam Silver, best commissioner in sports. The addition of the play-in tournament has been beautiful and the best thing that happened to the game of basketball.
The addition to the play-in tournament is awesome for my basketball fandom. It's terrible for my workout routine because I'm going to be on the couch all weekend long with Perk levels